All right, Seattle Seahawks victory over the 49ers prove that they get the guy that everyone else wants. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel dedicated to the underdog teams that just don't get the love nationally like they should. A lot of people have given up on the Seahawks or gave up on the Seahawks. We did not. You could look back at the videos. We thought, man, I kind of like what they're doing, that they could be okay, but you had to get a signature victory, and you got it last week. Matter of fact, here it is. Let's just watch it. Why wouldn't we? You probably watched this 100 times. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you for doing that. That was just incredible. I don't like the 49ers at all. So that was awesome. Okay, here's the difference. Your team is completely different now because of really one guy. Let me pull this up here. Ernest Jones. Here's what I'm talking about. You trade for him. Mid-season trades just aren't as glamorous as we make them out to be, meaning you're trying to make your team better. And it's like, all right, we'll give you a 5th round pick, 6th round pick. It's just any team willing to give up a player, usually they're not like it's just not going to make that big of a difference. But what you did was, here's what happened. Week 2, you give up 185 yards rushing to the Patriots, 175 yards to the Giants. You're just getting shredded left and right by bad teams. So Mike McDonald, John Schneider, they just kind of saw enough. So they traded Jerome Baker and a 4th round pick to the Titans for Ernest Jones. Jones on the roster. They cut Dodson. McDonald then teamed Jones with rookie Tyrese Knight, and the results have been impressive. Your team and the run defense has literally flipped just like that. And it's been huge for what you've been able to do and stay in games, keep everything in front of you and stay in games. So here's why this is so important. If you can stop the run, you can do a lot of things. The Lions, if you remember, Jared Goff, 5 interceptions, playing the Texans, Sunday Night Football. But the Lions were in that game because Joe Mixon was averaging less than 2 yards a carry that entire game. What this tells you is that we look at a lot of big stats in this league: turnover ratio, red zone offense, red zone defense, explosive plays. Those are all really good stats. But there's a stat that just proves out time and time again, and I've witnessed it now with the Detroit Lions because they've been top 10 in this for the last 2 years in a row, is run defense. You have to stop the run. If you cannot stop the run, forget about it. I mean, just forget about it. If you can stop the run, you can do a lot of other things poorly, a la Geno Smith's terrible interception there, where it's just like, that would get you beat. But if you can stop the run, then what happens? End of the game, they have to then try to figure it out. They get stuffed on 1st down to close out the game. They then throw it over. He lollipops one. So now it's like, okay, now it's 3rd down. You stop the run again. When you can stop the run, you can stay in games. You can come back in games. So Ernest Jones is the guy that everybody wants, right? It's what you want when you trade for players. You're like, oh man, this guy's going to transform our defense. And they don't, right? It's just too hard to find a guy to come in and find an available player. But the Seahawks, to their credit, A, the general manager finds it. B, the coach sees it, schemes it up. Love all of that. Now, let's take a look at so your playoff chances, I think going into that game were like 3% or 5% or something. You're up to 16%. So you've got, now this is all of the NFL teams, right? So you take that away, just look at the NFC. You've got your own divisional opponents ahead of you. But when you look at your schedule, it's all in front of you, meaning the San Fran game was just like, oh boy, like it just didn't look good to see San Fran at San Fran, season on the line, but you go and win. So now, all right, another one, Arizona, New York, Arizona. There's your season right here, because New York's terrible. Arizona's your division leader, and you get them twice in 3 weeks. Okay, here we go. Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. So Chicago's no good. Green Bay and Minnesota, it's just hard to say they're not good. Clearly they are, but they're not the Lions, right? That's a different kind of good. So you can look at this and be like, okay, season's in front of us here. Everything's in front of us. We're 5-5. Couldn't ask for anything more with a rookie head coach. So, by the way, let me know in the comments your kind of just confidence level in Mike McDonald. I'm a Michigan, we're up here in Michigan fan, saw what he did with the Wolverines. I think I would put it at 8.5 because of this, not just because of this, but you're already kind of trending in the right direction. He's a good coach, professional. He looks like he's got the locker room intact. I love all the things that he's doing, but I just think, man, you got to be confident in what he's doing. I put it at 8.5. Let me know in the comments your confidence level with him. It's all right there for you. So another thing I think you got to be excited about if you're a Seahawks fan is Geno Smith. One of the things, you've kind of got the inverse of what the Lions have. I'm sorry to keep talking about the Lions, but it's interesting. Is Jared Goff accurate, does a lot of really good things, but he cannot move. When things get wild and you got to have a play with your feet, which is really nice to have, he can't do it. Where Geno Smith, it's like, oh boy, he's making terrible interceptions. He's not hitting guys. It's like, golly, but he can fall back on his feet to make a play, which is just so nice to have. So when I guess the chips are down, Geno Smith, you know what? He can make a play or two. He reminds me of Baker Mayfield, where it's like, you know what? He got it done. I don't know what else to say. He got it done. You mean, look at Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's putting up yards, points, but they're not winning. So you'll take the win all day long. You change your season. This was a on the road at San Fran game that's just historically very difficult. Everybody knows it. And you pull out the victory. It's like, oh, let's go. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, like I said, we do videos on a few different teams, but we like talking about teams that the national media doesn't pay any attention to. I do feel like this one isn't getting the attention like it should, because it's like, wow, the Niners aren't that good. It's like, are you kidding me? As good as they have been, I get it. They are out players. Everybody's out players, but it's like, this is huge to see a victory to save your season. Again, this is not just week 2. Like, yeah, let's just see what happens. It's like we got to have this, and so you get it done. Season in front of you. Love it all. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Put your comments down in this video, and we'll see all of you on the next one.